Hey, I'm Angel.
I'm Billy. This is Eliana.
Hi.
Baby, hey.
And today we're going to be giving you tips on starting a high carb, high raw lifestyle.
Sounds good. Tips. Is that like something you leave at a restaurant or something?
No, we're not going to be leaving any of those kind of tips.
Oh,
we're
okay.
gonna help give you the information that you need if you want to start, eating this way.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, Billy and I have been eating this way for probably 2 to 3 years now.
A little longer.
And we're very happy with it. We've had a lot of, success, a lot of health benefits, a lot of weight loss, just generally a good thing. And so if you're interested in getting started, these are some tips that will help you out. Tips that we wish that we would have known from the very beginning.
All right.
Number one is to know your information. Huh?
Uno.
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 Know your information. It's a good idea to read 80-10-10, the starch solution, the China study. They're just a few, I would say a few core books for getting started with this. And if you go to our website, we have like a resource section where we have some books we recommend, and I'll be adding to those books as well because, there's a lot of good books out there that I recommend. But there are 3 for sure that I would get started with. And also, along those lines of knowing your information, the caloric value for the high carb lifestyle is basically 80% carbohydrates, no more than 10% fat, and no more than 10% protein, basically on any given day. Now, if you eat like high fat some days, you can always even it out, like, on the long run.
High fat one day, not so high next day.
Yeah, you can even out as long as you don't get too like high and low with it, But the more time you go on, the more used to it you'll get of staying within that ratio.
Yeah, you gotta tweak it here and there.
Yeah. But like if you just like decide to just eat too many avocados one day, it's not all, gone bad. There's the next day.
Yeah, you don't go south.
Yeah, it's the next day.
Just get up for a whole new day.
That's right. And number 2, at least at the beginning, use chronometer, and that will help measure your macro and micronutrients. And on chronometer, it even gives you the option of doing like the high carb diet.
Can we give a link for it?
Oh yeah, it's just chronometer.com. CRONOMETER.com. And yeah, it's free, and it's just a really, really good tool. And especially at the very beginning, I used it to track like my micro and my macro, which is fat, protein, and carbs, and micro, which is all your individual nutrients. So if you see that your diet is consistently low in a nutrient, just research which plant-based foods are high in that nutrient and include those in your diet.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Because it's important, you want to be healthy, you want to have a well-rounded diet, you don't want to, be deficient. So as you do these things, you learn, so you'll know, basically without having to look it up.
Yeah, and after a while you just get used to it.
Yeah, okay, and so number 3, this is very important, be prepared with enough food for the week.
Oh yeah, very important.
Yeah, because you want to write out what you're going to eat that week and be sure you go shopping and get enough of it. And, if you run out, you know what you can run and get. Like, if I run low, I always, go get some mango.
Yeah. Frozen
mango is really good for me because I like frozen mango smoothies. And so, but in this lifestyle, like raw-wise, bananas, some frozen fruit, and things like that, they're really good. Staples, they're easy, and the bananas are probably the least expensive, and whatever fruit is in season, like you can probably get some watermelons for a good price right now.
Oh yeah.
Depending on if they're in season where you are.
That's right.
Yeah, and
she loves watermelons.
And the reason why we don't say, we're not saying all raw in this video is because we don't eat all raw personally. We try to eat as much raw as we can, so we say we're high raw. One reason being is that depending on where you live, now sometimes if you live in a tropical environment, I think it's wonderful. You probably could very well be all raw and be very healthy, and as a matter of fact, we would like to one day do that.
Yep, that's a dream.
Yes, and so, but being where we are, it's it makes sense for us to include some starches in our diet. And so one thing that we will turn to if we need some carbohydrates is rice. You know, it's very good, it's very versatile, and you can add raw foods in it. I like to put sometimes tomato and avocado in my rice. You can put cilantro in there,
Yeah, and I
lemon juice.
Yeah, I like putting like just rice having turmeric and curry and just some spices. It's really good.
Yeah, that's really healthy because those turmeric is extremely healthy for you. So that's a great way to go about it. And
it adds flavor.
Yeah. And number 4, this is very important too. Especially if you are having a lot of, you want to watch out for not having a whole lot of nuts, and I personally think probably not a whole lot of, like, some, if you get a good book, we have like alkaline acid balance book, and that is on our website as well. You want to be sure that you're not eating too many acidic foods. Now, some starches and grains might be acidic, so you want to make sure that you're not eating too many, in my opinion, because I think it's best to have mostly alkaline, which is why a lot of raw foods are good, because raw fruits and vegetables are alkaline. So number 4, get enough greens. So even if you are eating a fair amount of starches, if you get a lot of greens, like chlorophyll and the enzymes and everything, is very alkalizing to your body, very mineral rich, very nourishing. So greens are a really, really important part of a raw or high raw diet, any diet really, any diet. I think every diet should have a lot of greens.
And remember, you do have some greens that may be growing out in your yard.
That's true, and we have some videos about that. You got plantain, dandelion, even other ones that we haven't mentioned. There's a lot of resources locally and online and field guides where you can find out what's growing in your area that you can get.
Yeah, so if you're looking to help save a little change, that can help you.
Exactly, and at the farmer's market sometimes, depending on what's in season, you'll find a lot of greens, and it might not be what you would consider your favorite greens or any that you would even normally buy, but if they got a huge quantity of it that they're trying to get rid of,
you can get it at a good price.
Yeah, and throw it in your smoothie, you know.
Yeah. And the thing of it is, stuff like that, like you said, just throw it in your smoothie, and you may not necessarily like it by itself, but you may love it with other things.
That's true. That's very true. And
so you got to play with it a little bit.
Yeah, and if it's really bitter, maybe throw a little dates in there, a few dates or something like that to
sweeten it up.
Yeah, and we do use some organic liquid stevia sometimes. So in a situation like that, if we don't have any dates, we might put some stevia in there.
Very good. So.
And I also want to point out that some greens have higher nutrient content than others. But even like the iceberg lettuce that a lot of people say isn't high in nutrients, it is very valuable. It has some things that other things may not have.
That's right.
So don't just disregard any green. I think every green has its value.
Yeah, God put it down here for a reason.
Yeah, and we also like to use like powdered barley. Barley is very, very nutritious.
Yes, it is.
We also use chlorella. Chlorella is a detoxifier and also has lots of other nutrients and health benefits as well. And some people use spirulina, and I'm thinking of looking into using some of that as well myself. And so these things, that you can get in powdered form, concentrated, so it'll be easy to add to your smoothies or whatever to get enough greens.
There you go.
Number 5 is have a support network, because I'm very blessed, and I guess Billy's very blessed as well, that we're both choose to do this.
Oh yeah.
A lot of times, or not, I don't know, maybe a lot of times I've seen where one person decides to have a healthier journey and the other person is not interested. But we don't have that problem, thankfully. But even though we both choose to live a healthier lifestyle, and we choose to do high carb, high raw, it's still good to talk to other people. And,
yes, it is.
And to be inspired by other people.
Oh yes, we got living a natural lifestyle.
Yeah, so we invite you.
A lot of good stuff there.
Yeah, we invite you to come there. We have a link below to come and get support. Because like I said, we've been eating like this for a while, and we still, we'll always want to network and talk and make friends with people who are living this way, because we always learn from each other and inspire from each other and things like that.
Learn a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and I like to watch some people's journeys, like their videos online. They're very inspiring. They have tips. So, there's a lot of people who are very, open about what they're doing, and it's just nice to to see their journey.
I think the main thing is not one person knows everything.
That's
But
true.
combined, we
Yeah.
know a whole lot more.
That's true. That's very true. And we're going to start doing some interviews very soon. And so some of these people that
Coming your way.
that we enjoy watching and things, hopefully they will allow us to interview them, and maybe soon you'll be able to watch, us speak with them. And as you learn these people, subscribe to them too,
That's
right. And number 6 is consider supplementation. Now this may not be popular with some people, but I look at things as that you should be, do what's right, what's healthy for you, because not just vegan diets, but a lot of diets these days are deficient in some things like B12, D3, iodine.
Correct.
So that's 3 things that we do supplement with. And also you can look into using some what people call superfoods, and some people are really against superfoods as well, but I'm not. Because number one, usually when you get a superfood, you're not going to use it all the time. You usually just say, oh, look, I think I'm going to get this, and you put it in your smoothie for a while, and then you might move on to something else. And that's just getting some added nutrition.
Correct.
And also something that I have that I would suggest people look into is moringa tea. It's actually a tea made from leaves of a tree, and it has a lot of nutrients in it. And it's kind of like drinking a multivitamin in a tea form.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and so that's just another way of making sure you get all of your nutrients. Because, really, I don't want anybody to be set up for failure or to run into a deficiency,
And that's the thing, that's why we're saying, get a support group. That's why we're saying get more food. Because if you don't have these things, you're liable to go backwards.
Well, that's true. And if you try, if somebody tries to stick to, like, if you're low on money and you try to just eat like maybe one thing for a long time, and you're not supplementing, you're not eating another varied diet, because I think a varied diet is important. I mean, maybe just overall, maybe just seasonally varying it, but you do want to vary somewhat. And so, we just these are just tips to help you stay healthy and on track, basically. And there's a little bug flying around, a little gnat. Yeah, so we hope that these have helped you out, and please leave us a comment below and let us know if it did. And give us your tips. What are your tips for starting a high raw, high carb lifestyle?
Yeah, like I said, not one person or not 2 people know everything, but combined all together, we know a whole lot more.
That's true. And also, leave us, if you know of any people that have inspired you, that you've watched their journey, please leave the link or the name of their channel below.
Yes.
And if, we haven't heard of them, we would love to go check them out as well.
I know that's right.
And don't forget to join our group for more information and inspiration. We inspire each other. And we will be making another video very soon. And we thank you so much for joining us. And please don't forget to visit our website and sign up for our newsletter. And as we mentioned, join our group below, Living the Natural Life. And we also have like a blog and all kinds of things on our website, as well as we offer coaching. So if you need some coaching to live a natural life or a high raw or vegetarian, vegan lifestyle, just shoot us an email and we can talk to you about that. And we will talk to you soon.
Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.